Welcome to Chrisley Confessions. I'm Todd.
And Julie.
How's it going this morning? Well, I know how it's going because I've been in the house with you.
Yeah, it's going. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts. We've both been battling this. Chloe brought home some kind of crud. So we both really haven't felt good for about a week. But, I'm grateful that everything is continuing right along.
We have continued to be able to plug along. I say that I went to, my summer retreat for 28 months, never got sick.
Me either.
Came home.
And I have been sick literally it seems like nonstop.
Right. Now, granted, that was not because of the fine medical care that we received at the summer retreat.
No.
It was just God's hand on placing a protective hedge around us.
It truly was, because I really have been sick on and off since I got home.
I know, and you're going to have to get yourself together, because if not, we're going to have to start talking about another plan.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Like assisted living.
Okay, whatever. No, that's not true. So let's see what we have. Grayson came home last night.
Let's tell why Grayson came home.
Grayson came home last night because Savannah bought him a ticket to meet her in Italy.
Yes.
And he said that had been on his bucket list. Now, my 19-year-old, yes, has a bucket list. I'm 52. I have a bucket list. It's on my bucket list, too. But I guess his bucket's more important than mine. That's okay. So he came home last night. He came in. He was tired because he had been in Texas with his girlfriend and her family, and they had driven, and then he had to drive from school, and his life is just so hard.
Listen,
I was so happy though, because really and truly, this was the first time that he's come home since we've been home, like from school to home. Like, we've been down there to visit him and everything, but this was like really his first time coming home. So I was super excited to cook. He was happy to come home and see Chloe, and then he actually will be back this weekend. And so he's going to celebrate her birthday with her, which I think is great.
Well, I know when he came in, that's the first thing he did. He ran to her room.
He ran straight to her room. And then he told me this morning as I'm driving him to the airport that they want to have breakfast with her on Monday because her birthday is Monday. So could she please go to school late? I'm like, she might not even go to school
I'm over school anyway.
She might not even go to school on her birthday. I don't know. I'm not going to tell her that right now, though.
She might be sick on next Monday for her birthday.
So super excited about that. And then he'll be home the end of the weekend. So we'll actually get like a couple days with him, which will be nice.
He was complaining this morning because Savannah had messaged me this morning and said, Dad, could you please send 2 extra pieces of empty luggage with Grayson to bring back all the stuff that she has bought. Right. So she has gone to London because she's got this bucket list. She went to London, then left London and went to Amsterdam to Paris.
I think so.
Paris to Switzerland to Italy.
Yes.
Okay. And then she comes home.
Yes.
Okay. So Grayson is meeting her on the last leg of her international tour.
Yes. Yes.
And so he was so excited. And I said, how can someone be in such a pissy mood knowing that you're going to Italy?
I know.
Well, Dad, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I drove to, I said, no one told you to drive to Texas. You and your buddies wanted to jump in your car and drive to Texas.
Right.
I told you to get on a plane. What are you doing? But they wanted to do this road trip.
Yeah.
Well, that reminded me of the road trip that you made me do, going from California to Atlanta. I mean, you remember that.
No, it wasn't California to Atlanta. It was California to South Carolina.
No.
Yeah, it was to my grandmother's. The whole reason was I went back to my grandmother's and we made pear relish.
Folks, I had forgotten that part of it because had I remembered that, I'd still be pissed off.
Yeah, you don't remember it?
No, I don't, because we stopped somewhere in Arizona or wherever it was, and I bought all the episodes of Dallas and bought what are those kind of mattress things that you're called?
Air mattress?
Yeah, I got one of those, put it in the back of the, what do we have, a Yukon?
Yeah.
A Suburban. Put it in the back there, got me a little TV, headphones, and I watched all the episodes of Dallas.
This folks, was like over 20 years ago. So, you know, TVs and all that.
I'm still bitter.
It was before iPads and all that.
She got up and said, you know, wouldn't it be great to take the kids across country?
No, that's not what I said. See, you don't even remember it. So I don't even know why you're even tagging on to the story. Well, obviously you're not too bitter because you don't remember the details. It was the end of the summer. I said, you know, this is the time of year that I make pear relish with my grandmother every year. We had moved to California. And I said, I really just want to, that's something special that she and I do together. I said, so why don't we just drive? We'll just take the kids and we'll drive across country. Well, folks, it was a drive, but it was a drive that Julie made.
Mm-hmm. I didn't volunteer for it.
So I think I ended up driving back to California straight through, and it was like 26 hours or something. Like, yeah, it was crazy.
But didn't I say, why are we doing this?
Yeah, it was. But
why can we not fly to do this? And what did you say? It's an experience.
Yeah, and it was. You remember it. Like, you wouldn't have remembered just a simple plane ride from California to South Carolina.
No, and I could have lived without it. I remember Chase crying because his ice cream cone was melting.
Grayson wasn't born yet.
I said Chase.
Yeah.
Chase was crying because you got out to get him an ice cream cone, and before he could get from the window of the place with the ice cream cone to the car, it had already melted.
Well, I think that was in like Arizona or somewhere, so it was really hot. But that's neither here nor there. It's a great experience.
Grayson did the thing to Texas. Now, anyone that knows that has had to endure this road trip thing, Texas is its own nation.
Yeah, it takes forever to get to Texas. It takes
you forever to drive through Texas. I remember looking up and saying every 2 or 3 hours, where are we? In Texas. We was in Texas 4 days ago.
That's not true, but it's okay. So anyway, he did it. He survived it. He'll probably think twice about doing another road trip.
Yes, but he told me that he was not cut out for road trips. He's going to get on the plane.
It was good to see him. I'm super happy that he's going to meet Savannah. They're going to have a great time, make lots of memories. Yeah, it'll be good.
I love that. I really am. We have a family group chat, and so when Savannah sent this message in the group chat, Chase said, "Yeah, you're in Switzerland taking chocolate cooking classes or whatever," and he says, "And I'm here at the storage building."
Yeah.
And so she said, "Get your passport and I'll buy you a ticket." And he thought she was talking about Grayson, and Grayson chimes in and goes, "I have my passport. What are you talking about?" And so I called Chase. I said, "She's telling you she will get you a ticket if you want to go. Keep up with the conversation."
Right.
He goes, "Oh shit, we're friends again. That's right." So I was dying laughing about that. But so he's doing good. Mama snuck off to the casino and was gone for how many days?
I don't know. 3 or 4. She's already getting ready to go again.
She's so excited because she said she's won $1,000. I said, "Mama, why do you get to?" She said, "I don't care if I leave with $1."
No, she actually turned her $500 into $900, so she really only won $400.
Okay, so that's not as big as what it's even less.
She's still ahead. That's all that matters.
So we have got we're dealing with Grayson. He left this morning, so it'll be back to just me and you and Chloe again.
Right.
And I never realized, because I was always so afraid for the kids to leave, because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I go back to these last 28 months of, summer camp, and God preparing me for things that he knew that I would have trouble dealing with.
Right.
And now our house is so calm. Chloe is like the perfect child. You don't ever hear her. She never makes a sound hardly. She does her own thing. She's just a good kid. And you and I we have more time now than we've ever had.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you're like, what do you want for dinner? Do you want to just do this? And so we're learning to live a whole new life.
We're adjusting
yes.
to our surroundings.
But it's a whole new life, really.
Yeah.
Because when Chloe leaves, it's just going to be me and you.
Right. It is, because even like for me, you know, I've always had to cook for at least
Pharaoh's army.
At least 6 of us,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it was me, you, Lindsay, Kyle, Chase, Savannah,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's always been the 6. Then you throw Grayson in the mix, and now it's Chloe. But, you know, some have gone and come, whatever. But I've always had to cook a lot when I cook a meal.
Mm-hmm.
So now even that, just trying to adjust down to, you know, I don't have to cook for 6 or 8 anymore.
Right.
It's mainly just the 3 of us.
You still have trouble with that.
I do. But it was fine because like Chad came over, so he ate. And, you know, this one stops by. It's perfect.
Yep.
You know those nights when you just don't sleep? I mean, you toss, you turn, your mind's going 500 miles an hour. And then the next day you're dragging, exhausted, and everything just feels harder. Well, that's where CBD from CB Distillery can make a real difference. But it's not just sleep. CB Distillery has solutions that work with your body to help with stress, pain after exercise, even mood and focus. And it's all made with the highest quality, clean ingredients. No fillers, just premium CBD. Imagine waking up rested and enjoying your day without those nagging aches and pains. That's the real win of CB Distillery solutions. That's why over 2 million people trust CB Distillery. I have started to take CB Distillery because I have noticed that even since before the time changed, that I'm just having a hard time staying asleep. And then the next day I'm dragging. I mean, I get Chloe up for school. I was just wanting to go back to sleep. And that's just not being productive. And that's something that I don't like doing. And I've noticed that since I started taking the CB Distillery, I just feel rested the next morning. And I'm not dragging. And it really does just make everything easier. So if you're ready for better sleep, less stress, and feeling good in your own skin again, try CBD from CB Distillery. And right now you can save 25% off your entire purchase. That's CB Distillery and use promo code Chrisley. That's cbdistillery.com, promo code Chrisley. cbdistillery.com. Okay, let's talk about something super important, your health. You want more energy, better focus, less stress? It all starts in your gut, because when your gut is out of whack, everything feels off. Your mood, your digestion, your sleep, everything. And that's why we love Just Thrive Probiotic. Most probiotics never make it to your gut alive, but Just Thrive is clinically proven to arrive in your gut 100% alive and actually work. For you, that means less bloat, healthy immunity, and that steady feel-good energy to tackle your day. So here's our challenge for you. Try Just Thrive Probiotic for 90 days, 100% risk-free, and see how much better you feel. Don't just take our word for it. Take control of your gut and take control of everything else. You'll see. Head to justthrivehealth.com/confessions to save 20% and start your 90-day Just Thrive challenge today. If you don't love the way you feel, ask for a full product refund, no questions asked. Because when you fuel your gut, you fuel your life. That's justthrivehealth.com/confessions.
It's been an adjustment, you know, to us, kind of like, and I'll tell you something else that's weird, is actually having your stuff still be where you left it the day before. Like Grayson walks in this morning, I'm getting ready, and I'm standing in the master bathroom. Grayson comes walking in with this sweatsuit from London that I had ordered that for me, and he comes walking in with it on. And I saw the look on your face like, is Todd going to kill him? And I just looked at him and I said, that's nice what you have on. That's really nice. It's mine. And for the first time, I felt like I don't even care. I just don't even care.
But then he turns around and has on your sunglasses.
That's where I drew the line, because folks, I have a million pairs of sunglasses, from Tom Ford to Gucci to Prada to whatever. What do I wear?
One pair of Ray-Bans. But you always lose them. You always lose any sunglasses you have.
Right. but I don't even wear the other ones anymore because I stopped because it gave me such anxiety.
I remember back in the day, you used to go to Houston's for lunch every day, and you would always leave your sunglasses. And one of the guys at valet would be like, Mr. Chrisley, I love those glasses, or whatever. And you finally just gave it to him because you're like, I am so sick of leaving these glasses, having to turn around, having to worry about where's the sunglasses. So you gave them to him.
Yeah, well, I remember that we were in the valet. He'd pulled the car around, and he goes, Mr. Chrisley, I love those sunglasses. And I just took them off and gave them to him. I said, here. You have the stress of keeping up with them. Right. And then I started wearing Ray-Ban, and I love the Aviator Ray-Ban. Right. That's all I want. And so as Grayson's walking out the door, he picks up my sunglasses and is walking out with those. Yeah. And I said, no, you're not taking those.
Well, then that's nothing. We're in the car headed to the airport, and what does he see but my AirPods?
So he took them.
Mom, I really need these. I said, Grayson, when I have something, I keep it for years and years and years.
Well, I don't because people steal from me regularly.
That's something I had bought. Not a huge purchase, but it's a good purchase for me. And I wanted them. I listened to my podcast, all that. Mom, I really need this because my phone, my headphones have a different charger, and I just only need to have one charger, and this charges my phone. And so guess who has the AirPods? Well, a little thing comes up on my phone. Your AirPods were left behind. They're no longer with you. So I said, Grayson, I'm not kidding you. If you lose my AirPods, you're going to buy me another pair. You're going to buy me because he has lost.
But you're not going to make him because
he has lost so many pairs of AirPods. When he was growing up, he would wear one AirPod because he was nosy and wanted to still be able to hear what was going on. So how many times I have found a case of AirPod case with one AirPod in it? That's crazy to me.
But and then we had this. I kind of had a semi meltdown yesterday about my laptop. Because it popped up on my screen that I was out of something. I was out of
storage and your laptop is getting a little older because it's actually you've had it for a couple of years.
But it works perfect for me.
It does, and it'll be fine.
Right.
But
and
it's just that...
I want to look at real estate.
It's just that, panic.
Right. But it kept popping up that I was out of something, this storage or whatever. So I run to you, and Julie's at the kitchen counter working on something else, and I said, fix this. It said, hurry up, Julie, hurry up, because it's going to run out.
Something's going to happen, and the whole thing's going to get erased.
But I didn't understand that. Right. When it says you're out of whatever, I thought that meant my thing was going to shut off. So I ran to Julie and she goes, calm down.
Right.
You just need to buy more storage.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, then go ahead and do it.
But at least you have a computer. I left to go away. I had a computer. Guess what I have now? Nothing.
But we can't blame that on kids because you don't know where you left it.
No. Grayson ended up using it for school, and then I don't know. And then somebody else bought him a new one, and then I don't know. Well,
the only somebody else would have bought him a new one would have been Savannah.
So I have no computer.
Well,
so now just in this one little conversation, I have no computer. I have no headphones. Oh, I better hold on to my phone.
Do you have the ability to go buy you a computer?
Yes, but I'm not going to do that right now.
Do you have the?
Yes, but I'm not going to do that right now.
What are you waiting on?
I don't know.
Apple doesn't have
sales.
Not
a priority.
So then don't complain about it, right?
I guess you're right.
So you got mad at me yesterday because you expected me to know what my password was to whatever we had to do.
And you don't know it. So that's okay.
But you fixed it.
Yeah, because I reset it.
Okay, so
then put it in my phone so that I would have it because you won't remember it. No. It's just part of it.
And I don't understand all this stuff that we have to keep doing with all these 11 different passwords. You got to have a password for this, a password for that.
I just like them now that they can look at
facial
your face.
Recognition.
I love
too.
Everything that can do facial.
Yes, me
sign
too.
Me up because then I don't have to think about it.
I love that.
I don't have to think about it. If you're a homeowner in America, you need to listen to this. The FBI has been warning about a type of real estate fraud on the rise called title theft, and your equity is the target. Here's how it works. Criminals forge your signature on a single document, use a fake notary stamp, and file it with the county. And just like that, on record, they own your home. Using your ownership, they can take out loans against your equity or even sell your property. And you won't know about it until foreclosure or collection notices show up in the mail. That's why I've partnered with Home Title Lock so you can protect your equity and find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Chrisley at HometitleLock.com and you'll get a free title history report and a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title records, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud does occur, their U.S.-based restoration team will spend up to $1 million to fix it. Find out why I trust Home Title Lock. Protect yourself like I did. Don't be a victim. Protect your equity today. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code Chrisley, or use the link below. The holidays are here, the perfect time to reset your skin and give a gift that goes beyond the ordinary. Enter iRestore. The Illumina face mask is a dermatologist-recommended at-home treatment with 360 medical-grade LED. It uses red, infrared, and blue light to target fine lines, breakouts, sun damage, and inflammation. No complicated routine required. This is something that I was super excited to get in the mail. As we age, and we all are aging, you just start to lose things. And it's that little bit of elasticity in your skin, or that's that line that you didn't see yesterday, and it's definitely there. And because skincare doesn't stop at your face, there's the Illumina neck and chest mask. If you're looking to smooth, firm, and tighten the skin in the spots where aging and sun damage tends to show up first, this mask has you covered. With 230 medical-grade LEDs, twice as many as other top masks, it delivers deep, targeted treatment for wrinkles, sunspots, and dullness. Both masks are lightweight, cordless, and easy to use, making them the ultimate holiday self-care treat, or the kind of thoughtful gift your loved ones will actually be excited to unwrap. And as you know, your neck and your chest seem to just age, and it seems to tell your age. So anything that I can do to help that, it makes me super excited. And the Illumina neck and chest mask is just that. If you're ready to level up your skincare routine, pair the Renew Calming Facial Spray and Anti-Aging Eye Cream with the Illumina face mask. You're giving your skin the ultimate treatment so you can see even better results. And you subscribe and save. You can save 25% or more plus free shipping on the ultimate skincare upgrade. Give your skin the love it deserves this holiday season. iRestore is running huge Black Friday savings all month long, and you can use code Chrisley at iRestore.com for a little something extra on the Illumina face mask. That's code Chrisley at iRestore.com. Treat yourself or someone you love to glowing, healthier skin.
Do you want to talk about what's coming up for you, or do you want to keep it a secret?
What?
Your transition.
Shut up, Todd.
To your cooking show. See, she always goes, her mind is always so in the gutter.
Well, that's not the gutter, but no. Yeah, I'm super excited about everything that I'm going to be doing because, you know, for those of you who have followed Chrisley Confessions, you know that this has been my passion. I had so many things in the works before all this happened, and I went away.
Unfortunate incarceration.
And those things are slowly coming back, and I'm so grateful for it. So, you know, I still have my cooking little segments that are online now that you can watch. But we're going to just expand. It's just going to be a whole new world, and I'm super excited about it.
Well, I mean, when we got the call yesterday that they were going to pick it up, I was like, yes. This is such a blessing because This is what you've wanted to do for so long.
Yes.
So now, folks, you're going to get the cookbook. You're going to get a whole cooking show with Julie. Yeah. And you're going to have these segments that will be, recipe oriented.
Right. And I'm going to have lots of things this holiday season, even from Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Now, those won't be filmed yet. This is just something she's doing prior to that.
Right. Yeah. But I'm personally going to do this. So I'm super excited. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I can't wait to hear what you think. And yeah, so that truly is my happy place. It's
Who would have
the
thought,
happiest
though,
place.
that you would have transitioned before me?
Todd.
I mean, to another show.
Yeah, right. I know. That's what, I don't know why you call me B talent. Just saying.
You are carrying the cross, sister.
Right.
You're carrying the cross.
Yeah.
So that is a blessing that's happening. And then we have a new Chase, Grayson, and I have a new series coming out on a different platform called Two Sons and Me. And it's going to be a really great, insightful program that I feel very, very blessed to be able to sit down with them and do this.
Right.
Because we've missed that 28 months.
Right.
But I feel like that I have picked up not where I left off, but I have stepped back in a different phase of their life, and I'm coming from a different place.
Right.
And I think that it's easy to see people, but it's not so easy to see people where they are.
Right. Yeah.
And I have learned a lot, and I'm trying to perfect the art or the ability to see people where they are, not just to say I see you, but I see where you are.
Right.
And
well, and I know that when you are in prison, and I've had this conversation with many people, when you go into prison, it kind of like everything stops. And you expect it to be that same way when you walk out of there. Mm-hmm. And it's just not. You're not the same. They're not the same. And their life has continued on. Mm-hmm. So we kind of are having to play catch up a little bit.
I don't feel like it's catch up for me because...
But it is. It's adjustment. It's adjustment. It's... because we left, Grayson was 16. Mm-hmm. He's 19 now. He's made that's been a huge growing season for him.
Yeah, but I think for me, I know that your perspective is somewhat different on that than what mine is. For me, I don't feel that you feel a loss that I don't feel. Your 28 months and your loss, I don't feel that the same way.
Right.
Because again, in my mind, psychologically, I never left any of you. Right. I kept you with me in my spirit 24 hours a day. I do understand that physically not being there is a different thing, but where I envision my children to be at certain phases of their life has not changed. And, my expectation of our children, has not really changed.
But I also think that you've had to readjust to what your expectations and what your dreams and where you think they should be may not be where they are, and it may not be their dreams.
Yeah, well, I think...
and I think that's been something that you have wrestled with for as long as you've been a parent. Okay, I want them to do this, and I want them to do this, and at this phase of their life, they should be there, and they should be this, and they should have accomplished this, and it's just not that way. No. That's just not reality to think. And so you have to look at it. Okay, those are my dreams. Those were my hopes. Those were my whatever. But what they want and where they are in their life may be somewhere different. So we have to meet in the middle, and. Well,
I think that, yes, you're right. But I don't think that for me personally, it's not as important for them to get to where I want them to be anymore as it is for them to get to where they want to be.
Right. But that's growth for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you've always been my way or the highway. This is what you need to do. And if you're smart, you'll listen to me and you'll do it exactly this way. Mm-hmm. And I think you've grown from that. And I think those 28 months have helped that.
Well, listen, you and I have talked about it. I don't view the 28 months as this. I mean, it was a life-altering event.
Right.
But each day that goes by, I see more and more blessing from it.
Right.
I love my relationship with Chase. Right. I love my relationship with Grayson. I love it with Savannah and with Chloe, and even with you. I mean, our relationship has picked up a different kind of cadence to it.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I'll be looking at something on Instagram and all of a sudden I'll get a message from you and it's what I'm looking at. Right. Or what I've looked at the day before. And so we still pick out the same things and we still want to go and do the same things and whatever. Yeah. But there is a difference. There's a different kind of cadence to kind of how we're moving.
Right. In a good way.
Yes.
In a good way.
And I think that for me, I feel that I am calmer. I feel that I have a more calmness.
To a lot. Yeah. I don't know. It's almost I don't want to say calmer, because your spirit and your everything is still what it's always been. I just think you move a little slower and smoother.
We agreed not to bring our bedroom stuff into this podcast.
You know what I'm talking about.
But, I think that is, for me, that's a good thing, because it
definitely is a good thing.
Given me a peace.
Yeah.
But I also look at you differently. There's a different way of, I see you differently. Or maybe I just see you in ways that I never saw you before.
Right.
And I look at you sometimes like it was, and you don't even know this, but like I was watching you the other day at the kitchen counter, and I thought, my God, she's pretty.
Oh, thank you.
I looked at you and I thought, my God, she's pretty. And this is what I'm going to grow old with. And I, for the first time, did not look at you in a way of, okay, well, it's probably time for us to go get our eyes done, or we should probably go do this. I didn't look at you that way. I looked at you in a way that I was comfortable finally.
Right.
And I went to bed and I said to God that night, I said, God, thank you for my blessings. Thank you for giving me this peace that I've never had. And, I look at the kids and I'm like, they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're all going to be okay.
Okay, guys, so I want to tell you about something that Todd has actually already signed up for, but hasn't used it yet. But he is super excited to do it because he is always looking for something to make himself better and to get more rest, because he has a horrible time with sleeping. And we all know that he doesn't like to drink water. And unfortunately, fatigue is one of the most common health complaints. But most doctors will tell you just to get more rest or drink more water. Todd has a hard time with both of those. And that doesn't explain the brain fog, the low energy, or why he still feels drained at the end of every day. And that's why there's Superpower. It's a new kind of preventative care, more comprehensive, more personalized, and all from home. And here's how it works, folks. With one simple blood draw, Superpower tests over 100 biomarkers. You get a complete look at what's happening inside your body, from hormones and thyroid function to vitamins, minerals, metabolism, and more. And this is what I love, because Todd is always one that when he sees something, whether it's on social media or just on the internet, he's like, well, I think I need to try this, or I think this might be the answer. And this actually gives you answers. Superpower does this test and gives you the complete look of what's going on so that you know what your body needs. If you're tired of being tired and ready not just for answers, but for a real plan to feel like yourself again, Superpower is the way to do it. So if you're tired of being tired, this is your chance to finally get answers and get your energy back. Not only did Superpower just reduce their price to $199, but for a limited time, our listeners get an additional $20 off with code TAKE20. Head to superpower.com and use code TAKE20 at checkout for $20 off your membership. After you sign up, they'll ask you how you heard about them. Please make sure to mention this podcast to support our show, and I will definitely keep you updated on this. And as soon as Todd gets his results back, we'll share them.
It's hard for me sometimes to enjoy the blessings when I know that so many others don't have what we have.
Right.
That so many others, and I'm not talking about from a financial standpoint. Right. I'm talking about from a level of peace, of contentment, of joy, of freedom.
Right. Well, and I think that's why you work so hard. I mean, just this week, this has been a good Tuesday. It's just Tuesday. And I mean, there's been so many. I mean, you've shared the text messages with me, the messages on Instagram of men that have gotten to go home, so.
And from their spouses or from, mothers whose sons are coming home.
Right.
And like this morning, and I'm so grateful to God for the leadership of the Bureau of Prisons today.
Right.
Because when you've got, and folks, this is what's so important. We live in such a divisive world right now. And I am so grateful and blessed that I get to work with Billy Marshall, the director of the Bureau of Prisons, with Josh Smith, with Rick Stover, who has been just phenomenal with this FSA. I mean, he is really, especially in the last 4 weeks, has started literally knocking it out of the park. You've got regional directors that are doing their jobs. They're literally stepping in and saying, not in my facility. If this warden's doing something bad, I'm walking them out. If this lieutenant's doing something bad, I'm walking them out. That happened this week, with one that I had brought information to the Bureau and said, this woman needs to go. This woman was abusive. I posted it on my social media about this Lieutenant Smith at Estill, who was strip searching these women because she's getting her jollies from that. And so now she's been exposed. So I'm grateful that I'm able to do that, but I'm so grateful that I have someone like Rick Stover with this FSA who has literally, he's just been such a blessing to help and do the things that he's doing. Like this morning, I get up and Rick's already in the office working, and there were 5 men that this morning that I had been advocating for are now going home. Some going home 4 months early, some going home 120 days early, some going home 14 days early.
Right.
But listen, everyone loves
every
it.
day that you can go,
Every
I don't care if it's a day.
Every free day is better than a day that you won't get back.
Right.
And so.
And I have to say, because I think, a lot of people listen to this podcast and maybe there's some naysayers with what you're doing, and that's okay. But I just think it's so important to know that this is a passion project for you. Mm-hmm. There are men from every walk of life. Mm-hmm. There's men from...
And women. I just got 2 women home this week.
Right. Every ethnic background that you can think of. I've never heard you ever bring out race, religion, politics, any of that. It's you don't discriminate against any of those. There's people from all walks of life that you are helping, because you are helping them because they are
a child of God.
A child of God, but they are a fellow inmate.
These are my brothers.
You have this bond, and this bond goes so much deeper.
Well, yeah, because it's a bond that I have with these incarcerated individuals that I've never met.
Right.
I mean, folks, these people's families reach out to me on Instagram, DM, and on Twitter. They're even going public on Twitter and going on Facebook, and reaching out to our agent, trying to get in touch with me. And I'm going to help every one of you that I can help.
Right.
And, when Julie's laying there in the bed at night, how many times do you wake up at 3:00 in the morning and what am I doing?
Yeah. On the computer.
And she's like, go to bed.
Right.
And I can't explain it to you, but God gives me the strength to get up every day because I just don't need that 8 hours of sleep.
I just think it's important. I just feel led to say that I'm witnessing this. I'm witnessing this. You're not just trying to free, the white collar executive or the whatever. You don't care who they are. If their FSA has not been calculated correctly and they have programmed, they have done what they're supposed to do, you are advocating for them.
Absolutely.
And it does not matter who they are.
Yes.
And so I think that's important for people to see and to know that, because I'm seeing it.
Well,
I'm seeing it. And I do. I don't hear every conversation, but I hear a lot of them. Mm-hmm. This is a man. I don't know him, but this is the stats. This is what his paperwork says. This is not what's being done. He needs to be home. Mm-hmm. Not, this is an XYZ man. This is this color man. This is this, religious sector man. Mm-hmm. Whatever. You don't care about that. We don't care about that.
I don't, because, and I'll tell you something again, when we started talking in this podcast earlier, that I still see the blessings coming from the 28 months.
Right.
Because I never knew anything about the Muslim faith. I didn't know a whole lot about the Jewish faith.
Right.
And, you know, I really didn't know a lot about the Catholic faith because we're Christian and, you know, we practice, you know, Christianity. We're Southern Baptist.
Right.
And I have found now, granted, I did have a job, contrary to what most people say in the press. Now, I didn't run it, and I didn't do it. But I was assigned to the chapel. So I took that job that I was supposed, which they never really told me to do anything anyway. But it was my goal to make sure that when the Muslims came in, that they were given their proper time for their worship services.
Right.
When the Jewish men came in, it was my job to make sure that they got their proper holidays and what their worship times were. And, you know, Jehovah Witness, you know, we had some Jehovah Witness, whatever the faith was. But what I can tell you is that stripped down, without you knowing what someone's faith is, we're all the same.
That's right.
And if we take the time to listen to someone, because I remember this guy, Spider, you know, and Spider was there he kind of ran the Muslim group, and just a great guy. And he educated me so much, you know, in the faith.
Right.
And when you look at the golden rule is the golden rule.
Right.
And, you know, the Muslim community, they want their children to have a good education. They want to love their family. They want to provide, just like a Southern Baptist want to do this, just like the Jewish community wants to do this. And if we stop trying to divide and spend more time focusing on what we have in common than what we don't have in common, then the world grows into a better light or a better space. And so I look at it, you know, I don't pay attention because I've learned from you, and I have picked up a lot of this, especially since I've been home, comments, you know, on social media. So that's never been a thing for you.
No.
If you're looking to insult Julie Chrisley on social media, you've wasted
time.
it because she's never looking at it.
No.
And I used to look at them so I could fight with you.
Right.
Now I don't look at them that much anymore because I don't know these people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we're seeing it be so detrimental to the mental health of the world.
Yes.
I mean, from children all the way to adults, where you are putting so much emphasis on what someone who does not even know you.
Or a bot.
You know, I mean, I think it absolutely breaks my heart that you have these children that have committed suicide because someone online has said a comment to them or made that. That is absolutely heartbreaking to me. I mean, that just gets me in a whole nother spot. But, you know, it's people that, you know, and I get that hurt people. I get all that.
Well, then the world's full of a lot of hurt people because there's a lot of hurt going on.
It is. And there's a lot of hurt going on. But no, I've never done that. I mean, you know, there would be people when Chrisley Knows Best was first starting, you know, oh, she's fat. She says, okay, I don't need some random stranger telling me that I need to lose weight. I can look in the mirror and know that I need to lose weight. That's me. That has nothing to do with you. It's not bothering you. And if you don't like it, okay, don't watch. That's all I can say.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to have someone tell me what kind of mother I am. I know what kind of mother I am. I'm not going to have someone tell me what kind of wife I am. I know what kind of wife I am. And
that's a beautiful place to be.
I have never fallen into that trap because it is such a slippery slope, because it then starts to erode your self-esteem. It starts to erode your self-worth, and you start questioning every single thing about, you know, about what kind of mother you are, what kind of wife you are, what kind of person you are, you know, and it's just, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
Well, I think that, you know, I have learned to kind of not do that anymore. And I don't have a desire to, because I think that we fall into this groove of, oh my God, let me post this picture and then let me go back and find out if it's as good as if the world thinks it's as good as what I think it is, or if let me post this quote and see if someone how many people agree with me, or if they're getting the same message as I'm getting.
Right.
If I post something now, it's intentional.
Right.
It's not for any other purpose other than it's fully intentional. And I want to be the kind of man, husband, father, son, friend, that is not going to tear you down. I'm not going to tear you down. Now, that doesn't mean, folks, that I don't have opinions. I do have opinions, that I'm going to die with an opinion. But I don't want my opinion to be like so many other people's opinions are in this world, that you literally become so angered by it that you look at me in a way to where it's total opposite of what I intended. If I post something, like I said, it's intentional. I'm doing it for thought, to provoke your thought process. Right. Or to let you see what's in my heart at that moment that I do it.
Right.
I'm not going to, I look at some of the stuff that we've gone through, and, I'm not even going to get into that whole situation that we've agreed that we're not talking about anymore.
Right.
But, when you look at that situation, there's so many hurt young women out here that it's easy to jump on a bandwagon because we seek out in others what we possess within ourselves.
Right.
So if you possess all of this anger and jealousy and bitterness and envy and greed, you're going to seek out company. You want to be in that room because they can relate to you.
Right.
If you are filled
and really, there's a part of us that when we're hurting, we want somebody else to hurt too.
Well, because again, misery loves company.
Right.
But don't you want to be in the room to where everyone's lifting each other up, to where everyone's celebrating your success?
Absolutely.
I want to be that cheerleader.
Yeah.
I want to be that person that is like, wow, you did that.
Right.
And, I do that with Chase, and I do that with Grayson, I do that with Chloe, I do it with Savannah, I do it with you. And I want you to win.
Right.
Because you, as my wife, I was blessed, what was it, 117 years ago?
Yeah. Don't we look good?
When you finally begged me to marry you.
Yeah.
I was blessed then. Why would I want to be with someone that I don't want them to succeed?
Right.
Because you succeeding just confirms I made the right choice 30 years ago.
Right. Well, I think it's so hard for people to really wrap their head around that there's room for everyone.
Absolutely.
And that's what gets in the way. People just cannot root for other people because they cannot see that there's room for everyone. Mm-hmm. And I can honestly tell you.
But we live in a world that right now, not to cut you off, but we live in a world right now to where it's so divisive that so many people are being made to feel as if there's no room for them.
Right. That's true. That's true. Because I can tell you that is not who I am at my core.
No.
I'm just not that person. I want, if I can't help you, I'm not going to hurt you. And that has been my motto for 52 years, and it will be my motto till I leave this world. Mm-hmm. And I want everyone to, I'm so excited when I talk to Chad and he's got properties under contract and he's closing deals, because I love that.
Right.
We all know I love real estate. That's what I did for years and years. But it makes me so happy that he's successful at it. I don't sit there and say, well, I wish I could sell a property. That's just not who I am,
No. And it's like Bill Rawlings. He's opened his own real estate company now. He left Sotheby's, and his company is doing so well, and it was so thought out, and which was not shocking if Bill Rawlings was doing it. You knew it was going to be handled methodically, and every I would be dotted, every T would be crossed, and he is just a class act.
Right.
And to see him take ownership of something that's now his.
Right.
Versus building businesses for everyone else. He's now building a future and a legacy for his two children.
Right.
So I celebrate that.
Yeah, I do too. I love it. My friend Mallory, she has her pajama line. I absolutely love it. And she's like, just let me know what you want. I said, no, I placed my order. I am so happy for you, and I want to feed into that. I want to help. I want to be a contributor. You are a wonderful person, a wonderful wife and mother and businesswoman, and why would I not want to do that?
Well,
that's just crazy.
Well, Mallory Irving is one of the most beautiful girls in Nashville. Just a sweet human being, and her husband Kyle is just salt of the earth, and they have the most beautiful children. And she started this pajama line. What is it?
In My Sundays.
In My Sundays. If you don't have these, you need to go get them. In My Sundays.
Yeah.
Savannah, when she was moving, had 4 huge boxes of these In My Sundays.
Yeah.
And I said, what is up with you and all these pajamas? Daddy, that's Mallory's line.
Yeah.
And every one of them are so good. And I said, Savannah, there's 150 pairs of pajamas. Oh, stop.
They are great.
Well, then she turns around and some of her stuff still comes to the house. And she's not worried about all this very expensive stuff coming. She's worried about, did I get my pajamas that I ordered them?
Just had a launch for Christmas, and I'm so excited.
And you just ordered them all because I was messaging with Mallory the other day, and I said, I was talking about this, her youngest baby. Folks, listen. And I am going to try to get better about this. But I'm not that guy that just because you've got a baby stroller, that I automatically think your baby's beautiful. I'm just not that guy. If your baby's ugly, I'm just going to say, oh, God bless you. And
yes, that's true.
All our life.
It's true.
I'm not going to say, oh, my God, it's so pretty. No, I'm not answering for that line. But this baby
is beautiful.
And she's got pretty kids.
Yes.
But this baby is off the chain. And so when I see her on Instagram, I say, oh my God, look at my baby. She's got everything about her is perfect. Everything's shaped the right way. Yeah. And she's just such a beautiful baby. So I took a screenshot and sent it to Mallory, and I said, my baby's getting prettier every day. And she said, that means so much coming from you. And I said, Julie just ordered all of our pajamas for Christmas. She said, tell her to stop doing that. Just send me a list of what she wants and I'll send them. And she said, y'all are my family. You're my friends. And I said, you know why we're going to remain family and friends? Because we're going to support your business. We're not going to take from it, because every relationship I have raised our kids to always leave more than you take.
That's right. You leave more at that table.
That's right. And we don't want to ever do that.
Any kind of relationship.
No,
do we?
I don't want. Listen,
I don't want them. I don't want somebody to ever see at the phone. They see me call. Oh my gosh, what does she want? Or whatever. Because I always want to do more than my part.
Right.
And that's with everything. And I think we kind of started this whole thing about the passion project that you're working on, and I don't think anyone will ever be able to say that you didn't leave way more at the table.
Well, I thank you for that, but I've got a lot more left to leave. And so I'm grateful for that. I am going to be going and, like I said, touring some of the state facilities in Texas. And I'm excited about that, because this state is ran by Governor Greg Abbott, who that our family, we love Greg Abbott. We love all things Greg Abbott. And he's just a good, decent, kind man. And this man shows you that you should place no limitations in your life.
That's right.
Because you can do whatever you set your mind to. So I think that, I feel like that at this juncture in our lives, that I'm okay for the first time being 57. I'm okay with everything not being perfect,
right, in
my orbit or universe or in my home, and I still want everything kind of in its place. I'm not that healed. But I do feel a calmness that I can't explain.
And that's a good place to be.
It's a place I've never been, so I'll let you know if it's a great place to stay, because I'm just now getting into it. But I am, very, very excited for the future. I'm excited for the things that you and I are going to build together, because really this is the first time that you and I can go and build something together, a new home, just the way we want it.
Right.
A business the way we want it. We don't have to sit down. Now, not to say that we're not going to keep doing things as a family, because that's who we are and that's what I want us to always be.
Right.
But we also have our passion projects, just like Savannah has hers and Chase has his and Grayson has his. All of our projects we will work together on if each individual wants that participation. But it's a good thing also to have our own stuff.
Right.
Because I'm watching the kids and I'm seeing how they're kind of laying the groundwork for their future and what their lives are going to look like. And so I'm grateful for that. And it's a good place to be. And I'm really happy for what I hope our future will hold.
Right.
And I'm also happy for all of my brothers and sisters that are incarcerated today, because even though we may never meet or I may never speak to you personally, I will continue to fight for you. And those changes are happening right now, every day. Yep. There's changes coming up that you don't even know about, that because of Rick Stover and the director, Billy Marshall and Josh Smith, because of these men fighting every day. And Jared Kushner, we need to keep saying Jared Kushner's name over and over and over, because this man, this is how prison affects you, because his father was incarcerated there in Montgomery at Maxwell Air Force Base. And even though this man is a billionaire, he comes from a billionaire, he still never forgot the effect that prison had on his family as a whole.
That's right.
And when you take this young man who's got such a beautiful family and as we all know is extremely wealthy, he still is, this is his passion.
Yeah.
This is what he's working towards, to make prison. Everyone knows that prison is supposed to be a form of punishment.
Right.
The punishment is you being away from your family, taken away from your surroundings. It's not supposed to be sexual abuse. It's not supposed to be physical abuse. It's not supposed to be starvation or lack of medical care or lack of proper clothing or lack of being able to take a shower. Those things is not part of that sentence.
Right.
And to know that Jared is on that phone weekly, sitting in these meetings, advocating for these men and women that he's never going to know.
Right.
That it's inhumane the way they're being treated. It's going to change. We have 3.5 years left on this term. We're going to work every day to do as much as we can during these 3.5 years.
Right.
And I love that about him.
I do too.
So I love that, that President Trump has said full speed ahead on prison reform.
Yeah.
Get them cleaned up. If you've got staff that's corrupt, I want them out. If you've got anyone that has been abusing these men and women, I want charges brought against them. And I'm seeing that happen. You're seeing it happen because you see the documents and stuff that come to me, and and you hear the conversations that I'm on. So I want you to know that the holidays are coming up. It's another Thanksgiving away from your family. You might have one more Christmas that's going to be away from your family, but you don't have as many as you think that you're going to be away from your family.
That's right.
So hang in there with us. Hang in there with me, with Director Marshall, with Josh Smith, with Rick Stover, with my daughter Savannah. She's the prettiest face in this movement, and she's tireless. And so hang in there with us, because I'm coming for each and every one of you to get exactly what the law says you're supposed to have. So many people ask me, Todd, why are you advocating for these violent people to be sent home? Nowhere did we say we're advocating for that. You understand that none of these men and women that I have helped to facilitate getting home, and I think the number is now 54 since May the 28th, none of them are violent offenders.
No.
None of these are rapists, murderers, child predators. That's not these. We have prisons, and we're going to continue to have prisons, and we have a need for prisons.
Right.
But we have a bigger need to run the prisons correctly.
Right.
To run them in a humane manner.
Right.
And so we're not getting out all of these violent offenders that some people want to put out there.
Right.
We're bringing in...
Because they're not First Step eligible.
That's right. And so I'm bringing home my weed whackers. Young men and women that's been sent to prison for marijuana that...
Other drugs.
Yeah. I mean, other than fentanyl. Mm-hmm.
White collar.
Yes, white collar offenders, those are the people that I'm working with. And again, drug offenders.
Yeah.
But folks, if you're going to legalize it in your state, don't put someone in prison for it. Don't leave them sitting there. Because we in this country, it's out of sight, out of mind. And there's no reason, as with us being the most powerful nation on earth, that our prison systems are ran worse than anywhere else.
Right.
And so I know the holidays are a bad time.
Right.
It was for me, and I know it was for you. But I just want you to know that your life is going to change, and it's up to me, it's up to Congress, it's up to the president, it's up to the director of the BOP, it's up for all of us to work together to help improve your life and your circumstances for where you are right now, because I see you where you are. And that's different than me just seeing you. Right. And I want our family in the coming months and in the new year for us to intentionally be able to see people where they are.
Right.
We are Republicans. I make no excuse for that because I'm proud of that. Am I proud of everything that goes on in the Republican Party? You know how I feel about that. No, I'm not. I'm certainly not proud of how things go on in the Democratic Party. But I also have a lot of friends that are Democrats, and I love them, and you love them. And it's amazing that we can all have these conversations. We don't have one person that we can't have these conversations with. And they hear where we're coming from. We hear where they're coming from. And we normally, 95% of the time, the success rate is really good about hearing each other and everyone understanding where we stand on certain things. Folks, that's where we have to be as a country. We have to be able to set a place at our table for anyone, not because they are aligned with us,
not because they look like us,
not because they look like us, but because you want to expand your mind. You want to expand this world that we live in to make it better for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. You want to be stimulated by things that you've never seen or heard before, or maybe just a new perspective towards something that we've missed. And that's why I love speaking with Turning Point and having all these people there that I can say what's truly in my heart, and to have an organization that wants to hear what's in my heart. I'm glad that we're getting a new ballroom at the White House, because when I'm elected, I want to have a beautiful place to have this event.
Okay, so he's run out of things to say.
No, I'm just making my announcement.
Yes, okay,
that
no.
in 2032, I plan to run.
Okay,
and
it's not happening. Not happening. Not happening, and you've run out of things to say. On that note, folks, I'm going to continue to temper his expectations, because a presidency is not in our future. No kind of political.
What about governor?
No. So until next week, good luck. God bless. Don't forget to download Chrisley Confessions 2.0 wherever you get your pods.
Vote Todd and Nanny 2032.